dance all day. We dance all
Hey guys,
night.
welcome to another episode of Survive and Thrive, where I believe that wherever you survive, you can thrive, and wherever you be, you can become alive. Now, on today's episode, we have another special guest, Sia. Sia is a relationship coach. He's a psychology student, and also he is a health fanatic. So his one of his pages is tws.england, and that's where you can find so much content on relationships, what it means to be in a relationship, how to go through a relationship in the most healthy fashion, and also not a 1970s outdated version, like real modern shit, do you know what I mean? Like really down to the earth, really nitty gritty, and he shares that information, and he also shares other articles and information from other people, and then breaks that down into his own perspective, which is what I find most valuable about him. So, see ya.
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good, bro. I'm good.
Yeah, finally met up.
Yeah, dude, it's been a mission.
It's been the longest. I think it's like almost a month now.
It actually is. It actually is.
Oh my days. Every time we're just trying to set up a meet. I can't make it because of this. Let's reschedule for next week. Okay, cool. Can't make you there. Oh my god! Like even yesterday.
Dude, yesterday was crazy because I was ready. Do you know what happened? I took a nap. Right, I took a nap. No, the thing is, I took a nap here, and then I was like, I'm gonna text you.
Yeah.
And then it was like 10:20.
The delays.
Dude, and then it was 20 past, and I was like, well, yeah, I'm just gonna say,
Yeah,
dude.
put it through.
Yeah,
and then after, I think it was like after my game finished at 5, so I was like, cool. I'm early. Get to Canterbury East Station. I was like, oh, cool. I'm gonna text you. I'm gonna wait an hour.
But I didn't
if my man doesn't reply in an hour, I'm out. There's no way I'm waiting for 2 hours for him to cancel. Be like, yo, listen, I had to go to London, short notice. So then I was like, yeah, let me just bounce home. And then when I got home, then you text me. So I was like, okay, I can meet you in half an hour, but I'm cozy, bro. I'm cozy, bro. So I said, you know what, let's just reschedule. And then funny enough, luckily, somehow you're on your way to Hell's Place today.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, man, it just worked.
Dude, the synchronicity finally happened,
Yeah,
and that's
funny.
all I was waiting for.
Yes, sir.
That's all I was waiting, and then, it's perfect. Like,
Yeah, it's like, you know, like when you try to force things, but you usually don't force things. Just let them happen naturally.
Exactly.
And those are the best fits. And now I've got a nice little setup.
Yeah.
Now it's nice early in the morning. I've eaten, I'm feeling good.
Same.
You see what I mean? Like you showered, you're looking good, looking clean. So now we can get into it. The energy's there, the buzz is there. So yeah, man.
Yeah,
Worked out for the best, man.
Beautiful.
Yeah, man, it's good.
So, like, tell the viewers about yourself. Like, where are you right now in your world?
Okay, so where I'm at right now, currently in my 3rd year of psychology in the Uni of Kent. So I'm doing that. So obviously kind of doing this dissertation, talking about time perception and virtual reality, which is pretty fascinating, you know. Whoa. Kind of this sense of how do we lose track of time when we are focusing on one thing. So obviously like when you're in virtual reality, you're kind of focusing on the maze. Wow, this is new, this is fascinating.
Yeah.
And then it's this understanding of, because you're so concentrated on what's in front of you, do you lose track of time? So do you think time is moving quicker than normal or slower than normal?
Whoa.
Yeah, so that's kind of like the research that we're doing
right now. That makes me really interested because of like, you know, like this flow state and things like that. Is it like an almost is the flow state being triggered within your mind?
There we go. So that's what we're looking to understand, because obviously there hasn't been research done before. Okay. So it's like very, very brand new. So kind of this concept is what happens is you put the virtual goggles on, and then you're in this maze, and then while you're in this maze, you're told that you have to click the button when it's been 10 seconds.
Whoa.
So you're trying to get through this maze, but then you're also trying to count 1 to 10, and then you click. So generally what they find, like previously what they found, is that when you're transfixed on a situation, time moves quicker than normal. So now, like, you know, these sayings like time is quick when you're having fun. Those things like in work, you know, when work is busy, you're putting in a shift.
Dude,
and
it's seamless.
You lose track of time.
Yeah.
So then there's this sense of like when your brain is being activated, it's not really focusing on like what's around, like this sense of time, but instead it's focusing on the task at hand. So then in this sense of like when you put yourself into autopilot,
Yeah.
and just going through the motions, then all of a sudden you finish the maze and this 10 seconds has already gone past.
Really? So
Yeah.
it's actually a 10-second process, but do those people still remember counting to 10?
Yeah, that's the thing. We like that's what we're looking for. So obviously our hypothesis
Yeah.
is that we feel that because you're so transfixed, you actually lose concept of time. So usually they done this test in real time where they had to do like a maze by hand, and what they found there is that people would click after 13 seconds. Yeah, so time was moving a lot slower than what actually happened. So then obviously on the flip side, we think within virtual reality, where you're kind of induced in this flow state, time will move quicker. So usually people will click within 8 to 7 seconds rather than 10 seconds.
Whoa! Is it also because like you're in there? You can't even focus on the outside reality. So if you're focused doing a pen, you're aware of everything.
Aware of the surroundings.
Yeah.
You can kind of have this sense of like the environment. You can see like the change in kind of the weather, if you will. You can see people moving. So you're kind of picking up on more senses. So then it's like this sense of, for example, kind of like when you're in prison, if you will, you kind of lose track of time because you're kind of you're not transfixed. You're kind of locked in this state of like arousement, if you will.
Yeah.
You lose track of time. So then within the virtual reality, you're so focused and kind of honed in and kind of tuned into that one direct part of it.
Your dopamine's just flaring. Just
All of the serotonin levels are just flying off the rails. So it's crazy. So obviously, yeah, I'm really excited about that.
Yeah.
Can't wait to get into that. So that's kind of like my dissertation side of it. And then also kind of learning about kind of groups in action. We're learning about leadership. We're learning about power.
That's
so
beautiful.
It's really, really
That's
exciting.
insane.
Yeah.
Leadership, power, and group programming. So it's like for me, leadership, right? I've actually created a speech about leadership, and one leadership to me is number one, grasping your concept of your individuality.
Yes.
It's not necessarily about standing in front of the room. It's about who you are as a person and being able to contribute to a group as everyone together, right?
There you go.
And then like my favorite analogy that I use, right, is that I say, so imagine you're at home, and your sibling gets asked to do the dishes.
Yeah.
So not you,
Like you don't. I know that one. Okay. Yeah. Okay, cool.
So your sibling gets asked to do the dishes, right? Day 1, they don't do the dishes, right?
Cool.
Day 2, don't do the dishes.
Cool.
Day 3 comes. Your mom comes back, or your parent comes back, or your carer comes back from work, and they're fuming.
Yes.
The house stinks. There's an ambiance that there's something wrong.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and then I ask you, not your sibling. I ask you. So what could have you done to mitigate that? Could you have gone to the kitchen with your sibling? Could you have said to your sibling, "Yo, listen, I'll help you in the kitchen, or I'll chat to you while you're doing dishes." Or could you have actually told your sibling, like, "Yo, bro, you need to do the dishes."
Oh my God!
And then leadership 101, why didn't you do it yourself?
There you go.
Because the impact on that other person is not just on you, it's on the whole entire.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh my God! Listen, when I tell you I'm going through that stage right now, so obviously over summer I went back to Milton Keynes where I live in my family house. And obviously my little sister, she's about 14, 15.
Yeah.
So, she's going through that phase where she gets told what to do, but she's not trying to listen to anyone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the worst thing is like my mom's always telling her to, like, she has to do the dishes. And it's like, I am there when my parents go away. So obviously my mom's told her to do the dishes, and then she goes to work for 2 days and then she'll come back. Yeah. So then me as the eldest person in the room, if my sister doesn't do the dishes, I'll be the one getting shouted on because I'm the one that should be taking charge of everything in the yard.
You're there to be the leader, bro.
Yes, sir. Yeah. And then it's like when you're a leader, you've seen somebody's been asked to do something, and you see they're doing something wrong. Why are you then sitting there and letting them continue to do something wrong when you know they are doing something wrong as well?
Yeah.
And then it's like you've got like 3 choices basically. See, the one, you influence them to go and get the job done, or 2, you leave it and you let it rot, or number 3, you just take charge as a leader to sort it out.
Yeah,
and I think those are the kind of different traits between, what is it? There's a leader and like a manager. So like a manager will kind of sit back and point the fingers and say, you do this, you do that. Whereas as a leader, you have to lead by example. Yeah. Whether or not you want to do something, but you must get the job done and then tell people, look, follow me. And then I think it's that kind of state of taking charge which will get people to follow you.
100%.
Which is so big because kind of I was doing some reading yesterday in regards to leadership. And kind of this thing they were talking to us about is like people like Nelson Mandela, Schwarzkopski, and freaking Bill Gates. And it's like, how were they leaders? And then it's like they were able to showcase their personality to the dozens, to the mass, rather than saying, okay, follow me because I think it's right, follow me because I want to change the world. It wasn't that. It was like they wanted to change the world, and they showcased they wanted to change, and they let that bring people in, rather than saying you must follow me. They showcased their personality, and then they said, follow me if you will. If you don't want to follow me, so be it, but I'm going to change the world regardless.
100%.
You see what I mean?
And you know, with that, I think that's what's even like slightly shifting, is that's what's so great about social media.
Yes.
And that's what's so great about the platforms that we have right now,
Yes.
because everyone has their own tribe,
Yes.
family, or whatever,
social
right?
context,
So,
yeah.
exactly. So it's like, if you're brave enough to actually show who you are, then number one, you can lead people to
There you
your utopian vision,
Yes,
so to
sir.
speak, right?
Yes.
You can guide people to overcome the same things you've overcome, or
yeah.
even share the same knowledge that, like we're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
To like actually,
Bring people in and just
Yeah.
bring awareness, because
Exactly.
I think one thing I've noticed as well is like with my friends, like there's 4 of us, and a lot of the times we are having conversations that go really, really, really in depth.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking to myself, like, a lot of people would love to see this kind of content, you know what I mean, just to share, but people don't want to kind of put themselves out there. They don't want to share for people.
yeah, dude, people are scared.
I know.
I think it's like, what I've been getting over is the fact of being scared of being intimate.
Yeah.
Like it's intimacy. Like I couldn't be intimate with myself. Like
Yeah.
over the past 2-3 years, I've been reconnecting to my feminine, and I've been reconnecting to my own truth, and reconnecting to the discovery of, okay, like obviously I have these house rules.
Yes.
And however, like I don't see the world in the exact same way.
In the exact same light. Yeah.
And it's like, people relate to that, and people are going to gain insight again.
Yeah, exactly, and I think that's the key thing to like leadership. It's so important, like first and foremost, to understand yourself, understand who you are and what you are about, knowing why you are here and what you are trying to achieve.
Yeah.
And once you do that, it's how you bring people to the masses. It's being able to kind of supporting the in-group, if you will, the people around you, and then showcasing that you have their best interests at heart, because you are trying to make a change. And then it's like when people start to do this kind of dictatorship, if you will, as a leadership style, that's kind of leading people through fear.
Yeah.
You see, that's trying to get control. That's not really leadership. That's more on like the control kind of environment. And yeah, so that's what I've been learning about in kind of the educational purposes.
Yeah.
So that's me in that side. And then I've also got like different kinds of businesses. So I've also got, as you said, the TWS England, which is kind of like my relationship page. So, you know, I've not necessarily been through a lot, but I've seen quite a lot of things in regards to this relationship context. And I started to realize that a lot of my friends, a lot of family members had been going through the same thing. And then I was kind of looking online to see where can I find this information to kind of help myself and help my family. But there wasn't really much there. It was all dated to kind of like these 2000s, kind of old school relationships, but there was nothing to showcase the modern dating environment, because you know, the dating world has changed so much. It's so different, you know. I hear people blaring situationships all the time, the benefits all the time. But what is that? Nobody knows. Obviously, all these meme pages talk about situationship is this, situationship is that. But nobody really understands what it is, and nobody's really trying to showcase the true definition. So then I was like, you know what? This is something I enjoy. I've been learning it in psychology. I've got the technical side of it in psychology, but then I've also got the
experiential side.
You see what I mean? So I've firsthand witnessed it. I've seen it. I showcase. Obviously, there's still things I haven't done, like marriage, blah blah blah. But then it's like, for this dating context, I've seen it. So then it's like, you know what? Let me make a page to share what I've been through, and let me see how many people have also been through that. And I've been getting so many replies. I've been shown so much love from so many people, like, oh yeah, Sia, like this is so great, like I didn't know it was like that. Wow, okay, no, actually you're right, because it's this, I never thought about it in that way. And then it's kind of sharing light and kind of putting a voice, because obviously when it comes to relationship, this is a very, you're very vulnerable when you're talking about like relationships, because it's behind closed doors. So then what I wanted to do is kind of have a platform to put myself out there, and then allow people to kind of come to a safe place where they can message me and be like, yo, Sia, this is what I'm going through. This is so right. I enjoy this. Like, where can I go from here? Where can I go from that? And it's also a place where people can be like, oh, see, I'm going through this. Can you post a video about this? You see what I mean? So I'm like, my DMs are open all the time. People are messaging me and I'm replying and I'm posting content based on what people want to see, based on what people are going through, just to help them. Because obviously for me, I know how to solve my relationship problem. It's so easy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then it's like, I want to do it for others. Somewhere
100%.
safe and comfortable where they can kind of be like, okay, my boyfriend is cheating on me. Can we get back together? Can I trust him? And it's like, I've done so much research to be like, you may be able to if he does this, this and that. Or you may not be able to if he's not showing this way or that way or that way. And it's kind of understanding and being aware of people showing certain traits to try and kind of get back to you, or they don't really want to be with you, they're just using you and things like that. So yeah, that's
incredible. You know what I really love from your sharing is that, number one, like they in so many wise and famous and successful people have always said, like, the wisest people don't learn from their own mistakes, and they learn from the mistakes of others.
Yeah.
Which is like the most beautiful learning experience ever.
Yes.
I'm so ignorant. Like I gotta do it.
You gotta go through.
I gotta do it.
You gotta go through. Yeah. I know, it's so crazy because I must have seen one quote from like Insta, like talking about like mentors. It's like, why are you going to spend so much time going through hardship when you can learn from people that have already gone through the hardship and just steer the other way?
Exactly. Simple.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So then in a way, it's like, it's very sadistic what I'm doing, is because people are coming with me with their mistakes and I'm taking it in and I'm like, okay, let me not do that. Let me go this way. Let me make sure I don't make that mistake.
Yeah.
Let me make sure I go down this right path. And yeah, man, it's beautiful to see like so many people wanting to opening up and being able to share, because, you know, as I say, like love is the key in life, if you will. For me personally, I think
agree.
you know, that's what we're all searching for finding that one perfect person, and for people to kind of share with me their vulnerability, being able to trust me, and you know, I don't like to take advantage of that, and I just want to help people. You know, that's what I love to do. You know, both my parents are nurses, so I've been brought up in this environment to kind of help people, and that's where I get this joy. You know, I love to do it, and I make time. You know, I don't have the time because I've got so much going on.
You got a dissertation going on,
bro.
That's
like,
not a joke.
That's not even the half.
Is
of
that
it.
10,000?
Yeah, 10K words, bro.
Oh,
yeah, I know.
mate.
That's not even the half of it. I've got so much on my hands, but I will make time because it's what I love to do. Because I feel like, you know, when I give to people, somewhere, somehow, something will come back to me. So obviously, I don't give to them to expect something back.
Right.
I don't give them to be like, okay, you can help me find a girlfriend now, or you're gonna pay me for my time, or you know, I'm gonna get publicity. Nah, I help you to help you. Even if it's gonna be one person I help, that's one more person that I have helped. You know what I mean? Like, it's so crazy because, you know, in this world of social media, we see these influencers with like 1.5 million followers, 200,000 followers, you know what I mean, 20K followers. We overlook how influential and how powerful it is being able to help 10 people, being able to help one person, being able to touch and reach out to such a finite number of people. And it's like, if you can help that one person, they're going to tell that person, and then you're going to help them.
100%.
And then that person is going to share the information you shared with them, with their one person, with their 10 people.
Exactly.
So it's like, you're not really helping that one person, you're helping that person.
That's
and they're
the chain.
Yeah. And then it's just a chain reaction from there, and then it bounces off.
100%.
Yeah, man. So
that's incredible. That's
thank
truly
you.
awesome.
So that's kind of my creativity side, so the relationship side.
Yeah.
And then obviously I've got like a small side venture with my parents. We're starting up a property business, if you will.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so my parents are both nurses, as I said.
Yeah.
So they want to open up a care home. So obviously what we do is, like, me and my uncle, we go out to like different sites. We find homes that are quite cheap.
So, yeah.
Renovate them, and then my parents kind of rent it out.
Is it going to be rent to rent thing?
Yeah.
I'm in property as well.
Oh,
so
really?
Yeah.
Okay. So they're gonna buy it and then rent it out, but they rent it out from the NHS themselves.
Wow.
Yeah. So obviously my parents have like employees that are carers, if you will. So they've got contracts with the NHS, where the NHS give us people that are too disabled, if you will, that have got like extreme levels of dementia, schizophrenia, and all of that, to come into our care homes, and then my parents will care for them on a day-to-day basis, and then that's basically
that's it.
That's the company.
Yeah.
Because apparently there's a massive housing crisis, staffing crisis in the UK right now. So my mom said, like, you know, she's been in this business for like 20 years, so she said, you know what, I'm gonna start my own business where I'm gonna give back and take people in and look after them. So you know, my whole like my uncles and aunties, like the whole family tree, nurses, like
Nurses.
like,
Wow.
the
So you got an army.
Bro, it's a war zone out here, bro. It's a war zone, and they're all high up. So it's like, obviously, anybody that knows the nursing system, the structure, it goes up in like bands.
Okay.
So it's like band 1, 2, 3, up to 10. So when you get to like band 5, that's when you've just pretty much graduated from university, you know, master's level, if you will. And then band 6, that's masters to kind of experience level, and then band 7 is like the upper echelon. So all of my families are like band 6 and band 7, so they're very experienced. So yeah, I'm where I help is kind of, I'm the one that kind of
Sourcing the properties,
seeing where they can be renovated, and then kind of getting the contractors in to come and renovate. So it is very, very intense, very time consuming.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I do. So I
quick
do
note: have you been looking at? Are you buying or are you straight renting?
now we buy.
You're buying. So
Yeah.
I'd say auction house.
Okay.
Like Clive's. There's after this. I'll go in my emails and then I'll find the auction house for you.
Yeah.
Because there's so many auction houses and there's so many houses in like Dover.
Okay.
Like when I say houses, I mean like 10-bedroom, 15-bedroom houses in
Incredible.
Dover. Yeah. So that sounds like what you're looking for.
Yeah, literally, because I do a lot of traveling. So right now I'm currently based in Ashford. So on Thursday, make my way to Ashford and do a lot of site visits, see around there. So
Ashford's sick, so.
yeah, Ashford is good. So yeah, that's kind of like the other business.
Yeah.
And then one more branch to what I do is obviously I'm a big health advocate, as you said. So I'm currently playing semi-professional football, and I play obviously for Kent FC. So I do a lot of gym training, a lot of football training outside of uni, kind of in the evening, night times.
Yeah.
And big football fan.
So like you're doing like that's 4 or 5 things I haven't counted.
Yes.
So how do you find what's rest to you, and what's pleasure to you?
Okay.
And then like we'll,
well, I'm a weird one. So, as you know, people say there are 24 hours in a day.
Yeah.
We have 7 days a week.
Yeah.
And I'm very meticulous. You know, some of my friends call me a perfectionist. And what I like to do is, like on Sunday evenings, what I do is I will plan my day out, hour by hour, day by day. So it's very, 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 very intense. And that's how I find myself being able to make time for everything. So, you know, I wake up 5 a.m, I'm in bed by 11 p.m. every single day. So
5 a.m. club,
yeah, 5 a.m. club, man. That's how you do it, because you know all of those people waking up at 9, 10, you've already wasted 5 hours. You've already wasted 10 hours of your Monday morning. You know what I mean? And then you're coming home from work saying, "I'm tired. Where has the day gone?" But you spent 10 hours in the morning sleeping.
Done. And the amount of things that you can get done in daylight
scary.
is
Scary. It's scary, because if you think about it, from 10 p.m. to 10 a.m., that's a lot of hours. That's 12 hours spent doing nothing but rest.
But you do 6 hours.
Yes,
like me.
yeah. So obviously I'm in bed. Usually I'll be in bed round about 11 to
12
midnight,
yeah,
up by 5 p.m. And then that's when I'll be doing 5 a.m.
It's good.
So then where I find my rest is, you know, when people talk about rest, they're so focused on when I'm sitting down watching TV, or when I'm able to sit down and just relax, do nothing, care about nothing for 2 hours straight. And that's not me. Where I find my rest is these little and oftens. These 10 minutes where I'm making food, when I'm sitting down to eat, when I'm going to the shower, when I'm walking, taking bus to uni. Those are the little moments when you can catch your breath. The big rest comes when you go to sleep. But then during the day, to keep yourself active, to keep yourself fit, it's when I'm sitting down doing absolutely nothing for short periods of time. To then say, okay, so let's say I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, kind of read a book for about 10 minutes, kind of drink my water, and then I make my way to the gym by 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm walking to the gym, I come back, and then I'm like, okay, so I finished my first activity, which is the gym, so now I need 10 minutes just to compose myself. And then it's like, cool, let's make breakfast. Now let's start doing my uni work to read, and then make my way to uni. When I finish my lecture, sit down again, another 10 minutes. Compose myself, let's go again, let's re-energize. And it's literally just a cycle. And then I think for me, why it works is because I've been doing that from such a young age. You know, I've been instilled in this productivity. Don't sit around, don't do nothing. Because my mum works 12-hour shifts, you know what I mean? So when I see my mum working 12-hour shifts, 7 days a week, she probably gets 10 days off in the year.
Wow.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So for seeing my mum doing that, me saying that I need 2 hours to rest, I can't do that to myself. So then it's like, that's where I get my rest. And then when I get my pleasure, get my pleasure in what I do. I get my pleasure in making these videos for like the England, giving people relationship advice, people speaking to me about what I enjoy, being able to talk about my past experiences, being able to talk about the relationship, being able to talk about what I enjoy, being able to go to the gym, working out, being able to play football. That's where I take my joy. The kind of the university side, not so much. That's where,
that's just work. That's something you have to do.
Yeah, that's just straight work. That's where the cognitive. That's where I need to be full 100% focused because it's tough. It's tough, and that's where not necessarily I don't enjoy, but that's where the strain comes in. But everything else I enjoy. I love visiting sites. I love interior design. I love houses. I love looking at property. So I take my joy in that. So it's like it's me having this regime and setup of doing things that are going to benefit me, but making sure I enjoy them as well.
Yeah.
But then also understanding that there are things I need to do in life that I will not enjoy, but it's part of the process.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bang.
Yeah.
Love that.
You see what I mean?
That's clean cut,
Clean
crisp.
cut. Hey, listen, let's end it right there. You see what I mean? So that's why I'm able to do what I do on a day-to-day basis, and I don't usually get a burnout. Usually, more or less or not, I'll do it like on like a 2-week rotation. So obviously, every other week on a Saturday night, I'd be like, you know what, done well. Like, congratulations.
Yeah.
Let's go out clubbing. Let's go out partying. Just for one day, like every 2 weeks, just for me to have that proper release of just proper just
like
fun.
that experience. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because obviously it is waste of time, waste of money. But as long as I understand why I'm doing it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like a pointless. I just want to aimlessly dance around. Nah, I take pleasure in dancing and in drinking, like to an extent, and in clubbing and hearing good music. So when I'm going clubbing, it kind of recharges me again.
Yeah.
Adds in that extra serotonin levels.
Yeah.
Not to get used to this mundane cycle of wake up, gym, uni, football, concert. Just to add that different vibe to it. No, je ne sais quoi, little vibe. You know that was there. So that is my routine.
That's
and
amazing.
That is me now.
So let's go back to how this came to be, because obviously you spoke about your work ethic comes from your mum.
Yes.
And like that also motivates you not to stop.
Yes.
And you're up to big things in this world.
Yeah.
So how did that start for you? Have you always been?
Have
you always been this?
Absolutely not. So growing up, probably like from like year 3, I was misbehaving pretty much a lot. I was always getting sent out. I was always getting in trouble with my teachers. Always getting in trouble. Like we used to have this thing in then like my primary school called like the traffic light systems. Obviously, everybody would start in amber. If you do something great in the day, you move to green. Move to green good enough, enough times in the week, then you get golden time on the Friday. You get to really turn up and you get to enjoy. But then on the opposite side, if you go on red, then you would miss out on golden time.
Yeah.
So me being just
spend a lot of time in
waste,
the red,
man.
mate.
I was like, hey, you man, let's go on red, because red was the place to be. It was mad. Like I used to take joy in going on red. So I would do my utmost to get in trouble, to get sent out. And it was crazy. But the thing that was so like contradictory was that I was getting, it's primary school, but I was getting like, the level 3s, level 4s.
Yes.
I was getting high grades for my context. I don't know whether that's because obviously it's primary school, so everybody gets high grades or whatever. But obviously like all the parents' evenings, teachers be like, oh, your son can be prime minister, your son can be this, your son can be that. If only he would focus. I'm not trying to hear all of that. I'm just trying to turn up. I'm playing Kiss Chase on the playground. All the girls that love me, I'm the one getting in trouble. So obviously now year 6 comes, SATs come. Obviously I get average. I think it was 4 at the time. Yeah, because it was 3, 4. Yeah, so I was getting level 4s. Calm.
That's pretty high.
So to me it's average, innit? So obviously my mum. Growing up in an African household, bro.
If it wasn't a 5, what are you doing? No, trust me.
So obviously, you lot in our current climate, you don't know about the beatings and that. But growing up, I used to get smoked.
Bruh.
But I still kept doing it. Year 7, year 8 came now. Yeah. Same thing again, secondary school, still getting in trouble. And then obviously one day, I was playing football with my friends, just out about after school. And then my mum saw me, and then she's like, you know what, see it like, you seem to love football, let's get you into football. And I was like, alright, cool, whatever. So I started playing football year 9, year 10. And then in year 10, in year 10, what's it called? That's when I joined an academy team called Corby Town, and just some local team. And then I think from there, that's kind of when I felt my life kind of changed. So that's where I started getting my discipline, because I think that's what I was kind of missing in my life. So obviously my parents are trying to discipline me, trying to keep me inactive, but I wasn't trying to hear them.
Bro, you had too much energy, bro.
Bro, I was just all over the place. I didn't know where to put it. So then obviously I started playing football now. So obviously we were training twice a week, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and it was with all my school, like my close friends as well, innit? So we were traveling together, playing football together, training Tuesdays and Thursdays, match days on the Saturdays. And obviously it was like once, you know, when I first got there, I thought I was Billy Big Bollocks. I can tell him what to do, misbehave. And I remember one of my coaches, the fitness he made me do, the running he made me do that day.
Yeah.
I was like, never again am I gonna step out of line. I'm gonna follow authority. I'm gonna listen, and I'm gonna pay attention. And then from then on, I just kind of commit myself. Stopped, like, became antisocial, because, you know, some of my friends were kind of partying, because, you know, they were pretty cool. Like, everybody knew them where I was from. So then I kind of distanced myself a bit, and it was literally school, football. That was my bread and butter. School, football. Until like year 12, if you will. And then that's when I got scouted by Peterborough United, had a scholarship with Peterborough United, and then it's the same thing. It was in Dig, so obviously everybody lives in the same house together. We played football together, so it was football. Wow. It was football Monday to Sunday, basically. So football became my life, bread and butter, and I was just so encapsulated. I was so focused in that. And then alongside that, we were also like going to school twice a week. So there, I done psychology and I done sociology. Obviously, I done psychology in GCSE as well. Sorry, done it in GCSE, highest grade. I was getting like 100% in in-class tests. So I was really enjoying it, you know, learning about Milgram and sleep and all of that, and obedience. And I was like, yo, like, I love this. But obviously I finished school, played football. Obviously I've done football now. Unfortunately, didn't get my pro contract in like year 13. So then I went to college for an extra year. Went to college, done like a diploma in sports excellence, whatever. 3 distinction stars. And then I was like, okay, cool. So now I finished football. What do I do with my life? It was summer. It was 2017. I just finished football. Obviously, I'd applied to all of these unis. Applied to Loughborough, Ken, Exeter, and Southampton. Didn't get into Loughborough, unfortunately, because of my English GCSE. I needed a B, but I got a C. And then obviously I had an option between Kent and Exeter. So I picked Kent just as an insurance policy, just in case life flops. So obviously then I started playing semi-pro football for Dunstable Town. Obviously got signed with Dunstable Town now. And then it was in August now, and I had a decision to make. Do I play football,
or
semi-pro, or do I go uni? And even now, I'm still looking back. Did I make the right decision? Did I not? You know, it's one of those ones. Which route did I take? Was it the right one, wrong one? Because it's been difficult getting into that level ever since, just because it's a new area, a new environment. Obviously, that was back in Milton Keynes. So obviously, I picked University of Kent, and from there, I came into education. And I think it was kind of playing football day in, day out is kind of made me have this discipline and understanding that, look, you need to make time for everything, and you need to be well behaved and well focused.
I wanted to say, like, you learned a massive lesson.
I learned so much.
You were playing football, like, for a whole 2-year period, professionally. That was your bread and butter. And then for me, it's like you were to being tested. Like, yo, dude, here it is again. Yes,
and it was so intense. And one of the things, I learned a lot of things from like playing football at like college level, academy level. Like, for example, so we'd have match days Wednesdays, and we'd have training Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. So now every Monday, training started at 9 o'clock. No, we had a gym at 9 o'clock in the morning every Monday. 9 o'clock in the morning, like even in December time, it was freezing cold. Had to go out on the football pitch, and we had to run. And the runs we were doing was so ridiculous, like you would not even understand. Like, we'd have to do like 5K runs, 10K runs in under 40 minutes, in under 20 minutes. For what reason, bro? Like, that's marathon running levels every Monday, every Thursday. So it kind of got me into this kind of habit of like what I say to myself now when I'm doing something hard or very difficult. I just tell myself autopilot mode, where I kind of switch off all of these negatives of, see, you need to stop, see, this is hard, this is painful. And I just tell myself, look, just move. Switch off the thoughts and just move your body, muscle memory. You know what I mean? So it's this action of when I'm studying, when I'm revising, I kind of switch off the thoughts and I'm just typing.
You just go.
I'm just
You
learning.
automatically put yourself in that flow state because
Yeah.
you've been in such a pattern of
Yes.
just making it happen.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm here.
There
This is
you
what
go.
I've got to do.
There you go.
10 minutes in, and then you're in.
There you
You're
go.
locked
Yeah,
in.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And it gave me that kind of that mentality, that discipline, and that resilience are the kind of the two big things that make my character, if you will, and it's what allows me to be able to juggle so much of what I have. Because you know, when I speak to so many people these days, and you know, they're talking to me about, oh, I'm so busy, and I'll be like, what do you do? And they'll be like to me, oh, I just do full-time work. And I'll be like, what else do you do? And they'll be like to me, that's all I do. And I'll be like, so you're telling me you do full-time work? What's full-time work? Like 48 hours
Yeah, I
in a
don't
week?
know, bro.
Something like that. So you do 48 hours in a week of work, and then you don't have time to do nothing else. Why is that? And then in this state of people don't understand the higher purpose. They don't have this discipline to know that, okay, work is work. Work finishes at 7, but I still have time to do more things. And people don't understand that. And I think my upbringing, it's where I got that from, you know, seeing my mom, you know, my mom came from Zimbabwe, you know, third world country. Like, I visit my grandma all the time. So I've seen where my mom grows up, like even like currently as we speak, my grandma is in that same place. She has no running water, no electricity. She has water, but obviously it's like 10-minute walk. Yeah, water hose. She has no electricity. She still lives on huts. She still lives by the candles because obviously that's what she enjoys. She loves to do that.
Yeah.
And I've seen my mom's journey from Zimbabwe to South Africa to England. She brought, I was alive at the time, and my older sister. She brought me and my sister and my dad to England, and my uncle to England. And she's done all of this with no educational background, no understanding of what England is, all of this stuff. And then here I am misbehaving. How does that work? You know what I mean? So then it's like, it was just that learning curve of, okay, so my mom, she's done all of this hard work, so now let me do the same. Let me just match her energy. Let me see how far in life I can. And I think that's just come from understanding, you know, how inspirational and how powerful and what impact my mom played on my upbringing and being able to show appreciation, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not about kind of being a billionaire or being a millionaire. It's about kind of showcasing to my mom what she raised and showing that I actually did pay attention and I actually did learn what she
That's
taught me,
magical.
while apologizing for the little stupidity and the little dumb actions that that came before me. And I just think where I am now is because of what I've learned and what I've grown up, I feel like I can do anything. I feel like I can conquer this world, one person, one football team, one step, one day at a time. And it's just about staying resilient and staying driven and staying focused on what I'm trying to achieve and why I'm here and what my purpose is.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So I'd really like to just close up after that.
Yeah.
On like, what's a motivational quote, a song, or something that gets you going? I get that you can put yourself into the flow state and shut the pain down, so to speak. But what's that one thing that you can share with everyone else that will keep you, that you use, a quote, a song, or...
All right. That's a good question. I think for me, my biggest thing is obviously it's time. And you know, one thing we weren't raised or we weren't taught is about how much time it's spent with our friends or how big an impact our friends play to us. So one quote I heard is kind of, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. You see what I mean? And that kind of changed my mind so completely, in a sense of, yes, I may be this person that can be resilient and can be determined, but if my 5 friends aren't my biggest advocates, aren't doing their own grind, aren't on the up as well, then I'm just wasting my time, because I will get dragged into what they're doing. I'll get influenced to what they're doing because they are my social circle.
Yeah.
So yes, it's good to arm yourself and be prepared with yourself, but it's also about arming the people around you to make sure that they're on that same state and that same motivational level, regardless of what it is, as you.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Dude, love it.
All right, man. It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure, man. Thank you. Yeah, man. I'm glad that I could kind of showcase, you know, kind of what's in my mind, because, you know, I didn't know how to do it, and luckily, you know, I met you and I found you thanks to Kelsey, I think it was.
Dude, don't drop names. Bro, we can't name drop Kelsey, but she hates it so much.
Does she?
Bro, what?
But she doesn't know which Kelsey we're talking about. There's like 25, I'm joking, there's like 4.5 billion women in this world.
Yeah.
There could be 20 million Kelseys we're talking about.
Yeah, bro.
But yeah, man, it's honestly been great to kind of share with you what's going on with me, because it's helped me kind of get a better understanding of where I am as well. You know what I mean? Not just to help others, but to also help myself.
Yeah, yourself. It's like an open introspection.
Yeah. And you know, one thing that's so important is like, you know, when you're kind of going through something, it's always good to speak your mind to somebody else, because when it's in your mind, it's just jumbled up. But then when you speak it to somebody, you can kind of see it in their face, like, that doesn't make sense. Revisit that. Yeah. Do it this way or do it that way. So then it's like, it just helps you kind of move, get rid of that mental block, and it helps you move forward into a new light. And I think this is what I needed, you know, because I've been reaching this mental block of like, I don't know what my next stage was. Like, I knew what my next stage was, but I didn't know how to get there.
How to get there?
Yeah, and that is
I've been transgressing through that one, and I'm still going through it, and I don't know how it's gonna happen. I don't know when it's gonna happen, but it's happening.
Yeah. Eventually, you will synchronize with the universe. Oh, wait. I think I've got another quote then. I've got another quote. So, obviously, that was kind of in regards to the people around you, but for yourself, I'm a big advocate. I don't know if you probably know this about the law of attraction.
Yeah, same.
Law of attraction. So it's like you attract and you invite what you think in your mind. So this is this sense of the more you kind of think positive thoughts, you know, manifest that, you will be successful. Like, even go like more in depth, more specific. Like, today I will have a good day. Today nothing can bring me down. Today I will achieve something. Today I will get 200 words down. And then you'll find like there will be negative things coming your way, but as long as you stay positive, if you think beyond that, you twist it, I don't know, you get your shirt caught on the door, you're like, silly door. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta flip it. You gotta
play
flip
with it, man.
Yeah, you gotta play with it. And if you're able to think of the positive environment around it, then you start to see that when you get to the library after ruining your shirt, you sit down and you're happy, now you're buzzing, and you find that your mind can now flow, and now you can get this work done, and now you can start to kind of process and invite that kind of good thoughts. And then you see that, I don't know, your tutor will come, walk past and see you, oh, you're working, let me help you, and then you get that full good feeling. You come back home, now you've had a good day at uni, now you feel good because you've done well at uni, even though you ripped your top earlier. You see what I mean?
It doesn't matter to you, it becomes irrelevant.
There you go.
It doesn't become like another layer of bullshit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So that's a big one, the law of attraction. So look it up and take it in, man. But yeah, man, it's been great, man. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.